I've spent over $13,000 on this AI GPU farm. All of these rigs are running AI workloads, rendering, different things like that, and being rented out by customers. We're gonna see how much money have I made off these rigs? Is it profitable? And more importantly, when do I expect to make all my money back and actually start getting into the profit? Let's get into it. So before we get into the exact numbers, I wanted to quickly go over what's been happening over the past few days. In the last video, I'll link it up above, I just purchased an RTX 5090. This is by far the best GPU I have in my farm. For those who are new here, I'm Jack, and I like to build AI computers, as you can tell. This used to primarily be a GPU mining channel. That is turned off right now, just not too much profit going on there. And so we are chasing the profits, which right now is AI computers. So I have one 5090, I have five 3090s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have three 4090s, 1, 2, and 3. So overall, five 3090s, three 4090s, and then one 5090, which I only have had for the past week or so. Now, one thing I wanted to update today, and this was going to be the whole kind of video, but my luck turned around, is that I've been having some pretty bad luck with my 5090. It has not been generating basically any money over the past entire week. I'm talking like 50 cents max per day. I could not get a job to stay on this card long term. Somebody has to actually rent my rig, and I was getting a lot of rentals, but they would be for like 30 or 40 minutes, and I kept lowering my price, and I'd get more rentals, but they're all very low duration. Right now though, I have it back on salad, and it is cranking. It is pulling in 33 cents per hour, and it's been up for at least the last 16 hours. Fingers crossed that that continues to happen. Very happy about that, because I was going to make a video about, do I need to try to sell this card and get another 4090 or what, but right now it's looking like a pretty good thing. And the other cards, all 8 are on Octaspace, and all of them are rented right now. So I guess let's go ahead and hop into the computer, and we'll see what all is going on. We'll also take a look at how my crypto portfolio is doing back from the mining days. If you've been a fan of the channel for a long time, I'd like to do updates on that. And if we have time, I might even go over my trading bots. So if you guys have been in the mining space for a while, you know that basically the most important thing to being successful in mining is having all of the right information. And normally a good source of that is the emcd.io newsletter that they give out, but they're having a crazy event this week, so let's check it out. EMCD is hosting a head-to-head battle between two crypto experts with differing thoughts on the whole mining and crypto landscape. In the right corner, we have Jan Warmus, European Director of EMCD. He's all about stability and conservative strategy with over 7 years experience. This is my general strategy, so it'll be curious to see what he says. In the left corner, we have Michael Rubel, who will show his approach, which is more of a high risk, high reward scenario. The best part about this is that you can send in your own questions or situations and then get them to comment on those situations. So they're going to literally bring up the exact notes that people have entered, like, hey, I bought too many GPUs, now they're not making money. And they will actually kind of debate and comment about those situations. So it's a really good chance to go down to the link down below and leave one of your situations or questions and let these two experts kind of debate over it and answer it for you. Additionally, viewers can then vote on who they think kind of won the discussion. That hints the term battle. So it's going to be very cool. I'm pretty excited for this. It is October 9th at 6 p.m. There is a sign up link down below where you can leave your questions or situations. Now, spots are limited, so go ahead and claim that with the link down below. So I'll see you guys on October 9th. Let's get back into the video. Okay, so I was talking about how my 5090 was having some trouble. Let's look through really quickly what that looked like. When I had it on Octaspace, I was getting a decent amount of rentals. So on 923, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but look at the duration. 34 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour. And then we keep going down, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 2 hours. That one was decent at least. But really, I'm looking for like days and days of rentals. And that's where if you go back to my nodes page, everything else, all my 4090s and 3090s are rented out. Now, it's for a lower price than salad, but I am of the opinion I would rather have my rigs rented and making money than sitting and waiting for that like ideal job. And these will go for days and days and days. My old ones were up to 10 days, and then my power cut out, lost all my jobs, but I did end up getting them back within like a day or so. So you can see here, this one is at $8.5 over the past like 2 to 3 days, this 4090, and the rest of the cards down here, my mouse is dying, are making $4 to $5 every 2 days. So we'll talk about the exact values per day in a second here. The cube, this is where we can see how much we've actually earned in total in terms of Octaspace. And this only calculates when your job ends, so it's actually going to be higher than this. So keep in mind we had a $13,000 investment, and so far we've made 224 of that back in Octaspace, and this is already paid out to my Tangent wallet, so it's just sitting there ready to go. So that's not too bad, $224. I haven't been using Octaspace for more than a couple weeks. Now, the majority of my money is coming from Salad, and this is where I got some good news today. We'll go ahead and give this a refresh here. Salad, in total, I have made $791. So if we include that plus our Octaspace earnings, we've already basically made $1,000 back out of our $13,000 investment, which is pretty good. And I forgot to break it down, but that $13,000 investment is $9,500 in GPUs and $3,500 in RAM, power supplies, motherboards. I even put the power strips and Govee plugs in there, all of the supporting hardware. So really, that's not too bad. And we're basically 1/13 of the way paid back, which is like, I don't know, 8% or something like that, which is pretty dang good. So let's talk a little bit about my 5090. Thank God it finally started doing something. It got a job last night at 9 p.m. and as you can see, has been running stable at 33 cents, which is awesome. So let's, I guess, just jump into how much we're making per day. This is all assuming that we have jobs. So 0.33 times 24 hours a day is about $8 per day. And people are going to ask how much about power cost. And I've had a lot of comments that are saying, is this even worth it after power cost? Well, that's the beauty of this AI stuff, is that the vast majority of the time, these rigs are using like 0 watts. You saw downstairs that the fans were not spinning on basically 8 of the 9 cards. The 5090 has actually been a little bit different. So when I woke up this morning and checked my Govee smart plug, it was pulling 730 watts, which that includes the CPU and the motherboard, which turned out to be in a 1 hour period. It was about 0.6 kilowatt hours, which at my power rate of 11 cents per kilowatt hour is only about 6 cents. So in the worst case, we're still making 27-cent profit, but that was only 1 hour. The other hours, it's basically been using less than a cent of power. It's not even getting to 0.1 kilowatt hours, which is crazy. And what I keep talking about, what that's so great about the AI, is that it's not really using much power at all. So honestly, I'm not really even going to factor that into my profitability. It's certainly less than 5% of what it's actually generating in profit. So $8 a day for the 5090. Very happy about that. That card alone, I spent $1,800 on. Let's divide it by 8. That means I really only need to have a solid job for 225 days until that card is totally paid off. Now, Salad does charge 10%, so let's add another 20 days, 240 days. Until that card is totally paid off, and then I have a free 5090. Now, I got such a good deal on that I could sell it back today for more than I bought it for. So I've already mentioned this in some few videos, but I don't really look at it as breaking even and then making profit. I already look at it as I could break even today if I sold my GPU, so this stuff is already profit. So basically, I'm making $240 a month at $8 a day in profit off that GPU, which is pretty dang sweet. Now, the big if there is that this is the first day in a whole week that it's had a high-paying job. So it likely will not be that many direct days. That's just the number of days I need to have jobs on it for it to pay itself back. Now, a word of caution about the 5090 is that its architecture is, I guess, not really supported as well from Salad and Octa, which explains why, honestly, 4090s, I would still buy those over 5090s for AI at this point. If you disagree, tell me down below why. But after having both cards, the 4090s are super easy to get work for. The 5090s, not so much. Hopefully this lasts, though. So let's talk about a couple of these other cards. My 4090s, I am renting for on average 13 cents, so pretty low. and I have 3 of those. So let's do 3 times 0.13, 40 cents per hour times 24. So my 4090s are making about $9 in profit per day. And then my 3090s, I have 5 of those, and those are making 0.08, 8 cents per hour. Pretty low on those, but again, using very little profit, so that's nice. Times that by 24 hours a day is 9.6. So all of our cards combined, 9.6 plus 9.36 plus 8. We're looking at about $27 a day in profit right now, and all my rigs are rented. So this is what I'm generating every single day. Maybe bump $2 off for power cost and fees for when you sell your crypto and salad fees. But we'll do the math with $25. So $13,000 divided by 25. That's not right. $13,000 divided by 25. We're looking at a little over like basically a year and a half to pay off the whole farm, including the motherboards, the power supplies, the RAM, the GPUs, which in my opinion is a pretty dang good investment. If you put $13,000 in the stock market, you're certainly not going to see a $13,000 return in 1 year. You're more than likely going to see like 1,000. And that is why I do the AI hardware and all of that stuff, because it's fun to do. It's fun to make videos on it. And when it's working and when jobs are there, it is pretty dang profitable. So while we're at it here, I'll give you a quick snippet of what my crypto portfolio looks like. I'll leave a playlist in the description if you want to see all my other historical kind of portfolio updates. It's been a while since I did one. That's because it really hasn't changed too much in the last 3 months. My performance is basically flat. It was at 10,000 in July, and it's at basically 10,000 today. Some changes here. We've got a little bit more Bitcoin. My Dogecoin holdings have dropped a lot. This is from my AlphaPex DG Home 1. We only have $100 of Dogecoin now because I sold some to buy some of those 3090s, and I have that marked in the list as just USDT at this point because that was still money that I generated from mining. Aether, still have that Aether DPIN device that's doing pretty good. I hold $700 of Aether, which is pretty nice. It's up 50%. Gotta love that. Have a good amount of Ethereum Classic from my Jazz miner, up to $340 there, and I am in the green there, which is pretty nice. Caspa, I need to actually go ahead and change this into USDT as well. I did sell my Caspa when I bought 3090s. I sold my Dogecoin in Caspa at a pretty good little peak, actually. Certainly, I was definitely down on my Caspa historically because I'm down 50%. But Octaspace, like I mentioned, we've got about 500 coins, $200. Pretty nice there. Definitely a coin that I'm interested in seeing what happens. GeoNet, another DPIN device, $200, and then Entropy is actually down from what it was because I bought the little what's it called? I can't think of the word, but the little picture on the blockchain that you had to buy one of those. It's basically a mining license, so it allows me to continue to mine on my little DPIN device, but it was like $240 or something. This miner is still one of my top performers though, which is quite funny. And then you guys have seen the rest there. So lastly, let's quickly take a look at my trading bots. They have been doing very good as well, and then we'll finish this thing out. Here are my trading bots, guys. I'm down to 2. I have 2 Bitcoin trading bots. One is a lot tighter price range, so if Bitcoin leaves that price range, it doesn't trade, but we picked a great one because Bitcoin's been between 105 and 125K for the last 4 months, and that's exactly how long this bot has ran. And it has generated in cashable USD $650. It's been absolutely killing it, which is a like arbitrage APY of about 13% and a total APR of 21%. Pretty nice there. And then we have my bigger bot here, which is a large range, trades at a lot larger increments, and it has made $472 in 291 days. Now I want to go ahead and cash these out. I like to do it on camera. So if we go to more, release profit, this bot used to be auto investing, but I actually stopped that just so I could get some good shots for the video. So if I want to do all grid trading bots here, you can see that my one with the very tight range has made $87 in cashable USD, and that is probably not even a month. That's probably like 20 days maybe. Compared to the $12 from the other bot. So it's about 8 times more USD that it's generating, but it's a lot riskier because if Bitcoin leaves that range, then it stops trading. But granted, if it goes above the range, I'm in all cash. If it goes below the range, I'm in all Bitcoin. So that risk is really not that bad of a thing, even if it happens. So we'll go ahead and cash these out, and I'm probably just going to roll those back into these bots or just buy Bitcoin directly and put it into my Tangent wallet. But if you don't know what I'm talking about with these bots, I will have a playlist down below for these as well. Super, super fun to mess around with and pretty good passive income as well. And real quickly on the way out, guys, if you haven't used my site gpudeals.net yet, it's about to get a massive update, so you might as well start using it now. This is the perfect site to, if you want to buy a 3090 for an AI rig, put it in here and you can see exactly what the very lowest prices are on the different used websites. So for Amazon, it's $860, that's probably new, and eBay, it's $574. So if you're buying locally and they're asking you for $700, send them a link to this site and say, dude, I can get it cheaper on eBay right here. It's super easy to price check GPUs, and I specifically made it for buying mining GPUs, AI GPUs, or even gaming. So I'll leave a link right here, guys, and I'll leave a trading bot video up here to check out on the way out as well. Peace.